record ribbon cutting.
We're about to have the longest ribbon cutting in city history.
Levy Event Plaza is now open. See the big celebration and find out about the virtual event that will be hosted there. Text to 911. We are answering the biggest questions about this new service, including why authorities recommend calling if you can. Tracking progress.
Our goal is to start taking the siding off the outside.
From all aboard to all boards off. We are checking in on a train restoration project at Heritage Park. Plus the innovative way a student takes on the problem of hunger and how leaders are sharing the message about the dangers of drunken driving. Now on City Source. Hello, happy holidays and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. We begin today with a record-setting celebration. Irving hosted the longest ribbon cutting in city history to mark the opening of Levy Event Plaza. It was not only about making the record books, more importantly, the long ribbon allowed for a creative way to observe social distancing. Check it out.
At this time, we'd like to get ready for the longest ribbon cutting in the history of Irving.
I'm so proud to see this day finally come here.
This is the grand opening and the ribbon cutting for the Levy Event Plaza.
After all the time we've spent planning and getting this built, it's finally done.
There's a space in between the writing on the ribbon, which is approximately 6 feet apart. Please line up in those open spaces.
What a great day. I'm really looking forward to the ribbon cutting.
3, 2, 1.
This is a really great deal for the city of Irving.
So this is a site that we used for a number of years for our fireworks show. Property owners used to allow us to use it. We were fortunate enough to be able to purchase it and develop it into an event plaza.
Really great way to honor the Levy family and their legacy here in the city of Irving and provide this space for the city to be able to use for different events and for our citizens to be able to enjoy.
So thankful for the Levy family for what they have been able to work with the city of Irving, for us to have the ability to purchase this.
I am honored that our family's name is associated with such a great green space. I'm absolutely honored and thrilled. The philosophy of our company is to make people happy. This park is going to make people happy.
I've attended a lot of events out here with my family. The Laugh by the Lakes and the 4th of July is great. Even the specialty events like when Red Bull came out here with the Flu Talk thing a couple of years ago brought a lot of people from different parts of the region out here. And now it's just beautifully well done.
Now there's a facility here that can be great for large groups. 11 food trucks can park out here.
There's built-in electrical, so you won't have all the wires running around that you normally see at these types of festivals. Everything is built in. So we're really excited about that.
And with the benches, the park benches, places to sit, places to eat, beautiful grass, it's going to attract a lot more residents to this area.
The grass field is kind of sloped up for stadium-style seating, so there's not a bad seat in the house. You can bring out the blankets, sit anywhere, and you'll be able to see the concerts or the activities that are going on up there.
Everything was well planned. I give a lot of credit to our staff.
Really proud of what they've done here.
Especially now, COVID-19, and how we've been pretty much shut in. To be able to have this an expansive type of venue so people can come out here, sit, feel good, get the fresh air, look at the lake. I mean, we need that.
Once COVID gets over with and return back to some kind of new normal, it's going to be great to drive by here and see a lot of the folks who live and work in this area be able to enjoy this on a great day like today.
This plaza is for our residents and for our visitors, and we hope everybody comes down and enjoys it.
Levy Event Plaza will also be the location for this year's virtual State of the City event. We'll get a preview later here on City Source. We have election results to share in the runoff for single-member district Place 3. You can see teacher Mark Zeski came out on top. We point out that these are the unofficial numbers available to us at production time. During this holiday season, leaders are coming together to share important words about the dangers of drunken driving.
If you're going to drink, don't drive. The message is simple.
You heard her there. Dallas County Commissioner Dr. Elba Garcia hosted the 10th annual Dallas County DWI Task Force press conference as a virtual event on Facebook. People watching heard from many members of the task force, including Irving Police Chief Jeff Spivey, who spoke on this year's theme, What Alcohol Says.
What alcohol says is a lie. Alcohol will tell you that you drive better after a couple of drinks. That's a lie. Alcohol will tell you that you are close to home, so it's okay to drive. That's a lie. Alcohol will tell you that you are not too drunk to drive. That's a lie.
Also during that event, Tanya Winchester shared her story of being instantly paralyzed in a crash at age 11. The goal of all of this is to prevent DWI deaths over the holiday season. Authorities remind everyone that drunken driving crashes are 100% preventable by not drinking or by planning ahead and designating a driver or making arrangements with Uber or Lyft. In other public safety news, Irving residents can now text emergencies to 911. Now that's a new service, but here's something to know. The police and fire departments are saying that calling is most often the best way to get help. Earlier, I spoke with Irving Police Officer Robert Reeves about that and all of the issues surrounding text to 911. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll get to that message about calling in a second, but first, if you choose to text, walk us through the steps. What information needs to be in that first text?
So if you choose to text, obviously you're going to just text to the number 911. In that first text, you want to get your address out, what your emergency need is, whether you need police, fire, or an ambulance, and then you'll get an immediate response back from the Tarrant County 911 Center.
People might say, my cell phone knows my location, so do I really need to type out my address?
You do, because the cell phone gives us an area and a approximate location, and that's could constantly be changing. So if you're driving down the roadway, or if not at your current address that you live at, if you're at someone else's address, the subscriber won't be able to give us that information. So we do need your address for the quickest response.
Now, will the call takers and dispatchers text back with additional questions or information?
They will. We want you to text if you cannot call, but if you are texting information, then they're going to be getting questions asked back to you, and time is of the essence in trying to respond back to that.
What about pictures and video? Can they be submitted?
So at this time, we cannot. So right now, it's solely just a text conversation. And there's no group messaging. It's just going to be between the dispatcher and the person texting 911. You cannot send any photos. You cannot send any videos. That's something that may be in the works, but at this time is not available.
With all of those considerations, the need for back and forth dialogue, it's understandable why you recommend calling 911 if you can. Tell me some of the other reasons a phone call can be more efficient.
Well, on a phone call, there's sometimes background noise. So if maybe you're not speaking at the time, the dispatcher can hear maybe something being said in the background. We can hear different noises. Maybe the emergency, the chaos of it may increase the type of response that is being initiated by the police, fire, or the ambulance. So we can talk you through more things and have more of a dialogue and have a much quicker response. That's why calling is always preferred. But of course, now we do offer this option for those who cannot or maybe hard of hearing, can text now and be able to get emergency services to them.
You mentioned being hard of hearing, and what other scenarios might a text be more appropriate?
So if maybe like in a home invasion, you're hiding in your closet, or you're fearing that if someone might be able to hear you talking and you want to just text that conversation, get us starting on to your location, heading your way, we can do that.
Of course, texting is easy for all of us, and that brings up a potential concern. I think every call taker and dispatcher has a story about a person calling 911 because his pizza delivery is late or something like that. It can be humorous looking back, but in the moment, what is the impact of people calling and now texting 911 when it is not an emergency?
So it is an offense. It is a crime to text 911 when it's not an emergency, and you can receive a ticket for it all the way up to even being arrested for it if you become a habitual violator. But the main reason why we don't want you to use the 911 service if it's not an emergency is because you are tying up that available line that someone else might be needing for their actual emergency that they're trying to get help for.
Important things we should all keep in mind when seconds count. Officer Robert Reeves, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And you can catch up with any police stories you may have missed by checking our Irving Police Department playlist at youtube.com/the City of Irving. A reminder that Parkland Health and Hospital System is teaming up with Dallas County and the City of Dallas to offer a COVID-19 testing center in Irving. It is open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 4 p.m. at Parkland's Irving Health Center on North Britton Road. Parkland says patients can expect results in 48 to 72 hours. The testing is free for Dallas County residents. An update now on a story we've been telling you about. The restoration of the caboose in Irving's Heritage Park is in a new phase. The contractor team, led by Ron Siebler, is literally taking it apart. All of the siding is coming off. The team will restore everything they can, use new pieces where they cannot recover the material, then put it all back together. They have been careful to make records of everything so they can get those pieces back in just the right place.
We've been commenting on just how sturdy the whole thing is. It's been put together like they were afraid to have it fall apart. So I guess if it's rolling down the track, you don't want parts falling off of it. So it's good for going down the track, but it's really hard for taking apart.
And check out their progress. Our crew revisited the site a few days after that interview. You can see the caboose is down to the frame. From the restoration team's research, they can tell that the caboose was originally a boxcar back around 1911 and then converted to a caboose years later. It stands in the park to remind people of rail's significance in city history. That restoration of the caboose is part of an overall expansion and renovation of Heritage Park, which will include an outdoor amphitheater. Next up, we have two stories that highlight a commitment to the environment and going green. The first project to show you led to new trees at the West Irving Library. Take a look.
We are at the West Irving Library. We've got big, beautiful trees out here today.
We set out to make 2020 the year of the tree in Irving.
Sometimes it's easier just to cut it. We're planting 25 trees today.
To replace some that were lost due to weather or aging out.
And these trees were funded by donations from both Verizon and from Northrop Grumman. This is collaboration of several of our corporate sponsors and partners. Acosta Cares will be actually doing the work of planting the trees.
Earlier this year, we helped plant a different set of trees, and then now this is the second round of helping come plant.
Super excited about it. This is great. Definitely one of the highlights of our year helping out.
A bit of a setback with the COVID pandemic, but we are still carrying on and in smaller groups planting these trees.
It's nice to get to come out, get some fresh air, and kind of just help support the community. As we continue to expand and build communities, a lot of trees get removed, so it's important to put some back in the ground.
These guys do an amazing job of letting you know not only how to plant trees at your own house and recognize when trees are in distress, but I think recognizing it around your community.
Yeah, fill it in with dirt. There you go.
When you hear about people taking trees down, you always think they're hurting the environment, not realizing how much they're actually helping it.
We lost a lot of trees here.
And this was an area that they had talked about for a while, and we went out and walked the grounds and plotted where all the trees were going to go, what types of trees.
We had about 25 maples that succumbed to something called sun scald. So we replaced them with thicker bark species like bur oak, cedar elm, lace park elm, and Monterey oaks.
It's important that we plant trees for many reasons. They help our environment by cleaning the air and then also providing oxygen for us.
They provide shelter for wildlife, food for wildlife.
It helps to beautify the community.
They're absolutely gorgeous. It's a community effort, so we appreciate that. And of course the Parks Department, the arborists, because of their expertise in teaching us how to do this, then we have a high success rate of the tree surviving.
Donations from the Verizon Green Team and Northrop Grumman paid for the new trees. If you would like your business or organization to get involved with a tree planting or other service project, visit cityofirving.org/KIB to learn more about Keep Irving Beautiful. Now to the story of a MacArthur High School senior who is taking on one of the big problems of our time, hunger. We learned more about this bright student's innovative project.
You will see a small version of a grow tower.
MacArthur High School senior Tori Ariana was telling people about her big idea involving plants like these. Plants that don't grow in a conventional way. It's all to make a difference. Tell me about the problem you identified that you wanted to solve.
Yeah, so growing up in Irving, I recognized that there was a problem sometimes between nutrition and how kids are performing in their school.
Through her involvement in her school's entrepreneurship program and an encouraging teacher, when Tori first came to you with this idea, what did you think?
I thought it was great.
Tori got connected with Planting Seeds Texas and Juice Plus.
And they helped me realize that aeroponic growing is a sufficient way to solve that problem. And it's very rapid because the yielding process only takes 3 weeks. So it makes it more accessible to everybody around the community.
Water and air.
Aeroponics involves growing plants in air or mist instead of soil. Managing that growth is only one part of the future plan.
During our planting process, we also get in contact with students and families that are in need because during school, it's kind of hard to stay focused in the classroom if you're hungry. Through our project, we're able to identify those individuals that need it the most, and we're more than happy to provide them with those needs.
Now she is presenting her ideas to groups whenever she can, including at DECA competitions. That is a leadership and entrepreneurship program.
First year with me, she went all the way to the international competition and received a special award for top 10 students in her event with the Planting Seeds Grow Tower initiatives.
Every time we present this, people are shocked at what we have the capability of doing. People are like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this before. How do I get this in my school? How do I get this in my house?
Tori is also a cheerleader. She serves on student council and holds a job.
It's a lot of work, but when you're passionate about something, you'll always find time to do it. I find myself working late at night to get everything done, but I do enjoy the payoff. I like presenting to people, I like solving the problems, and I like just interacting with people.
Tori's experience is one of the success stories from MacArthur's entrepreneurship program.
We want a well-rounded student that will not only be interested in the business side, but also the side in helping others. Because any good entrepreneur knows that someone had to help them, so it should be their mission to help others, and that is exactly what Tori's doing.
What are your career goals?
So I hope to graduate from a four-year university with a business administration degree, also with a business consulting degree. I hope to be a CEO of a company one day, whether it's this company or another company.
I have very high hopes for Tori. I know she's going to be an excellent student wherever she goes post-secondary, and I hope that she keeps in touch because I can say I remember her with.
As a lack of healthy and affordable options.
For now, her program is in the starting phase at MacArthur High School, but her goal is to extend it far beyond.
I love this project and I love the passion behind it. I love the partners that I have. I believe that we really have the ability to change the world.
Yeah, both Tori and her teacher are proud to point out that she is a product of Irving ISD, having started in pre-kindergarten. Here's a way to make spirits bright this holiday season. More than 60,000 lights are decorating Centennial Park in downtown Irving. People are invited to visit the display from dusk until 10 p.m. through December 27th. Park visitors are encouraged to follow social distancing and other COVID-19 guidelines. Bicycles are not allowed in the display area. Centennial Park is located at 444 West 2nd Street. And the Parks Department added a new spot of holiday decor. These are some of the attractions at Whistle Stop Plaza. That's at 123 West Irving Boulevard. Both displays are meant to be a good place for photos and those Instagram posts. The Irving Fire Department is offering some safety tips for the lights you might have on or in your own home. Check each set of lights for broken or cracked sockets, frayed or bare wires, or loose connections. Use no more than 3 standard-sized sets of lights per extension cord. Always turn off lights when you go to bed or leave the house because they could short and start a fire. More safety tips are on the Irving Fire Department webpage. This year's State of the City will be a virtual event. As always, it is hosted by the Irving Las Colinas Chamber of Commerce. You are invited to tune in on Thursday, January 14th. We'll have ticket information at the end of this segment. The annual event is a time to recap achievements and challenges in Irving and look ahead. Earlier, I spoke with Mayor Rick Stouffer to get a preview. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate the opportunity.
Certainly. I mentioned it will be a virtual event, so people will watch from their homes or offices, and they will get to see something special. We're going to debut a great new venue. Tell me about Levy Event Plaza.
Well, we're very excited to be able to continue to do the projects that we're doing here in the city, and one of them is Levy Plaza. And we've looked at this for many years of how can we build an area within the urban center that actually is a park that people can utilize, a good amount of space, and we can host activities there from fireworks or laughs by the lake or different things that we can do out in that area. And we've designed this facility for people to be able to walk to it. We've designed it so that there can be food trucks there as well. So So it's going to be a great spot for the people that live in the urban center and around the community to come together for special events.
State of the City is a great opportunity to show it off, but again, to emphasize the event is virtual, not for in-person attendance. But here's another detail we can share. The theme is Together Today for a Stronger Tomorrow. Why did that message stand out to you?
Well, I believe that we have all come together as a community. The nonprofits, the businesses, the residents have been so great during this COVID challenge that we've all faced. And so to me, we've come together as a city and we've stood strong. And I believe our future is going to be even better because of the relationships that we've built and the caring that we have for each other.
As mayor, you've done several of these State of the City events. What do you enjoy most about them?
What I enjoy most about it is the ability to just have a conversation, to talk about the great things that are going on in our community. We are so blessed in this area to have so many great things going on within our community. And again, I can't even begin to thank the residents and the businesses and the nonprofits that all come together to support me in these endeavors. And so being able to share that with the public is really something special.
Mayor Rick Stouffer, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
The 2021 virtual State of the City presented by TXU Energy is Thursday, January 14th at 9 a.m. and you will tune in from your home or office. For ticket information, visit irvingchamber.com. A lot of holiday events going on right now, including at the Irving Animal Care campus. Michael Whiteside from the DFW Humane Society is here to fill us in on some of the activities along with some adoptable animals. But let's get started with one of the campaigns underway, the Comfort and Joy Drive. How's that going?
It's been really fantastic. We have gotten a lot of donations already for both DFW Humane Society and Irving Animal Services. This is such a great time of year to really fill up our stock of items that are needed here for the pets throughout the year. We're really focusing on blankets and toys. The blankets we use to line the kennels to make it a little more comfortable for all the pets while they're here. And then toys, because obviously that's going to help us socialize the pets, which is going to help them find a home faster. We also are always in need of dog food, cat food, and wet or dry. And that's great, especially for us, because we have a pet food assistance program. And a lot of that food that gets donated, we can provide to people that may not be able to afford food for their pets, and kind of give them a temporary respite from having to purchase it until they get back on their feet.
Gotcha. We have more ways to help out in just a minute, but let's get to the adoptable animals. First up is Scoobs. Tell me about Scoobs.
You know, Scoobs is an awesome dog. He's about 1.5 years. He's listed as a Belgian Malinois mix. He looks like, his head to me looks like he's got some Great Dane in him, the way his ears are and the way his head looks. And he is a lot of fun. We took him to a mobile adoption event a couple of weeks ago and he just had a ball. He loved meeting everybody. He loved other animals. And, you know, if he's going to solve a mystery, it's going to be the mystery of getting a squeaker out of a toy, because he managed to pull 3 squeakers out of toys that day at the mobile adoption event. And that's kind of his shtick, I guess. He's just a fun dog, very active. So he's going to need a yard. Family would be great because he really enjoys children and adults, and just a lot of activity to help him kind of get rid of some of that energy that he has. But he's really awesome.
And next up, another unusual name. We normally think of dogs being afraid of thunder, but you've got one called the God of Thunder?
That is correct. His full name is Zeus, God of Thunder. And he originally came into Irving Animal Services as a stray. He is a Great Pyrenees mix. So he is a larger dog. He's probably, 80 to 100 pounds, all white fluff. And he is about 4 years old, and he is just a lot of fun too. He likes to bounce around the yard. He loves people. He loves other animals, and he's definitely all Great Pyrenees. I mean, he will just bounce and jump and run through the yard and just have a fantastic time. Pyrenees are always friendly dogs. They love people, and so he's going to make a great pet for just about any family setting. He's a lot of fun. He's great, and he's just a happy dog.
Before time runs out, there are a lot of other things we want to get in here. Another adoption specialist coming up, right?
We do. We're going to do a Home for the Holidays adoption special. That'll start on Tuesday and run through Saturday, December 19th. During that special, all pets 1 year and older here at the Irving Animal Care Campus will be free to adopt. So it'll be a great time to, pick out a family member to take home for the holidays.
And you also have a sale going on at the Animal Care Campus, a way to maybe pick up some holiday decor.
Yeah, we have a lot of Christmas-themed pet items and other things that are pet-related. So we're going to do a pop-up sidewalk sale on Saturday, December 19th from 9 to 3. It'll be out in front of the Irving Animal Care Campus in the parking lot. So we'll be able to keep, everybody safely distanced from each other. We have a ton of toys that are Christmas-themed. We've got like this and this. And then we have some dog sweaters if your dog really needs a Christmas sweater. I mean, we have tons of stuff that we just really want to get out to some good homes. So if you have a pet that needs some Christmas toys, or you have a pet lover in your family that would benefit from some of these things, you can just swing on by and pick them up. They're going to be rock bottom prices to try and get the stuff out.
All right, Michael Whiteside, thanks for filling us in on all the different ways to help, either by adopting, by participating in Comfort and Joy, going to the sidewalk sale. So many things going on right now.
It is. It's a crazy time for everybody, I think. But yes, we're excited about the holidays here.
All right, thanks a lot, Michael. And the best way to adopt right now is to call the Animal Care Campus and make arrangements to meet. DFW Humane Society's number is 972-721-7788. For Irving Animal Services, call 972-721-2256. Also, check out the websites you see on your screen for more adoptable animals and the new hours at the Animal Care Campus. Next time on City Source, it's our hour-long special looking back at the biggest and best stories of 2020. Of course, we'll show you some of the positive ways the community came together in response to the pandemic. And in other reports, we will highlight some of the intense training firefighters go through to prepare to respond. We'll also have fun and revisit one of my favorite stories of the year, the Irving teachers offering free hip-hop dance classes to everyone. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. And find us on YouTube. Our channel is at youtube.com/thecityofirving. Subscribe and you can get notifications when we upload new videos. And that's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy this holiday season, and we'll see you next time.